to another Moon's Media Moments, where today I'm going to rank the Harry Potter films from my least favorite to my favorite, while also explaining why I feel that way. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what your ranking will be, and also like and subscribe for more content like that. With all that out of the way, let's talk about Harry Potter. My least favorite of the movies would have to be Half-Blood Prince. At this point, the actors were in a weird place where they were playing characters younger than they were by quite a bit, and you could tell. The romance was cringe and not in an entertaining way, and it was just a very dark movie. Even the jokes were dark, and I've never been the biggest fans of movies that are majority depressing. I enjoy beauty and laughter too much for that. Now, I still love getting the background on Snape, but feel the movie didn't do Draco's role in all that was happening justice. So, overall, a movie that fits well in the universe, but in my opinion could have been done better, and therefore is one far from my favorite. 7th goes to Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's the classic filler episode and money grab. 2 movies were not needed for this book, and I feel this movie reflected that with a lot of slow moments in the woods, and again a lot of not entertaining cringe between the Golden Trio. I did appreciate how they ended the episode, as it was a good place to break up the book, but I feel the action was lacking in this movie, and overall it could have been condensed and combined with part 2, or at least been given some more extra scenes to really make it worth having split the book into 2 parts. And 6th is The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, I really enjoyed this movie. I love Buckbeak and the way the movie was split with going through events in real time and then going back and living them through the eyes of having been through it all before. Still, like with Half-Blood Prince, there was a darkness in that movie that made it out of place among the earlier films. I liked how Harry Potter increased darkness slowly throughout the series and felt this one jumped ahead on the darkness scale faster than it should have. Also, time travel in Harry Potter is a mess, and a tool never brought back in play, so it makes this movie's main element seem irrelevant to the series as a whole, and that's why it's so low on my list. 5 goes to a movie that a lot of people I know consider their least favorite, and one of my brother's absolute favorite, that being The Goblet of Fire. Now, I get this movie wasn't as good as the book, but I personally appreciated Neville taking the role of Dobby, as it made more sense to me. When we miss Hermione's society to save the house elves, we still get a great introduction to the 2 other school, and the challenges were amazing to see come alive on the screen. Also, the darkness to light ratio in this movie was well done, with twins being amazing as always, the one-liners on point, and yet that dark ending and the introduction of the forbidden curses still hitting hard. It's a good movie, not one of Harry's best, but still a good one. Moving closer to the top, we have Chambers of Secrets at number 4. Aragog is one of my favorite characters, simply because I adore spiders. The snake is creepy but cool, and we all love Mourning Myrtle. The movie is a classic one of the series, and I love watching it over and over again way too many times. Lockhart is a character impossible to forget, and this movie opened the door to us understanding Harry and Voldemort's connection better. The only reason this movie isn't higher is that I simply liked the other movies better. Starting off the top 3 is the final movie of the series, Deathly Hallows Part 2. It was an epic finale, getting to watch everyone fight, and there were even some lighthearted moments mixed in with all the death. Still, I feel it could have been done better, as it felt rushed. I wanted to sit on the scenes longer than we were allowed, as you miss a lot of important details even your 3rd time through. If you're going to split the final into 2 movies, they should have given some extra time to those important scenes in Deathly Hallows. Still, this was the movie that ended it all, and it ended it on a strong note, so of course it has to be part of my top 3. 2nd place is Sorcerer's Stone, also known as the movie that started it all. This is the one movie I nearly have memorized out of the franchise, and the most lighthearted of all the films. It introduces you to the magical world with animations and real-life effects that still hold their own against modern movie magic. The magic from the first film fed into all the others, making them even better simply by this first film existing. It's one of the films most true to the books, despite missing the potion challenge while still managing to mention that it exists. Anyways, yeah, I adore this film, but there's one Harry Potter film I enjoy more. That being my favorite, The Order of the Phoenix. Neville Longbottom and Luna Lovegood are my two favorite characters, and they are the stars of this film. Also, this is a movie filled to the brim with friendship that is like that of family, which is a theme I adore in any type of media and something close to my own heart. Dolores Umbridge is by far the most hated person in the franchise, being hated even more than Lord Voldemort, and her portrayal in this movie was just perfection. We also get some Snape backstory, which is always welcomed, and some magic performed by groups that we don't really get to see in any other of the movies. Even in Deathly Hallow, we don't get to see people feed off each other's own magic in the way we do in this movie. When all the Patronuses were cast during that one practice, I had that feeling I got from the first movie when we see the Great Hall for the first time, and that's just a feeling that's happy and makes you want to be part of the magic world, and just a feeling that makes the entire franchise what it is. I also just simply love it when the Silver Trio and Gold Trio are together and get to interact, and this is the only movie where they truly are the main focus is just these two trios interacting with each other, and that's why this one has to be my favorite. And that's all the movies ranked. Like I said in the beginning, let me know your own ranking. Do you agree with mine or disagree, and why? Also, if you enjoyed, like the video and consider subscribing, as I do one of these quite often, as well as a bunch of other cool content 3 to 5 times a week. But for now, that's all I have time for. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!